Alright, what's up? It's Rain. I'm in a nebula. This is a good nebula too, because it's got stars and shit all over the place. Looks like it's, I mean, it probably could be still real, but this one's not really like totally completely graphically designed. But they all are once you start to concentrate on all the images that are ultimately in there. So I'm not sure still whether or not these are just fakes that they just give the Homo sapien race, or if this is really what they look like and then the graphic shit is all over before this area. See, the electricity that makes the camera be able to imprint the images, or right after the camera, or somewhere between the camera and this shit. I don't think this stuff is in there, because I kind of went over it already. I don't think they're anywhere around that area, but I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm going to go through this now. I'm going to go through a slideshow, and then might go to the image I found on Mars. Right there I see a code line. I underlined it. Right there, you think got some numbers there. That might be a 2 right there. 1209. All depends on kind of how you look at it though. And they'll like spin and change and shit. Fucking, you know, like, you're looking at it like, oh, that's a T, that's an S, that's a fucking, oh, fuck this, you know. Figured. You got this code line runs through here. Notice this right here. This is a U shape. See, this is weird though, because like, isn't that like plasma of stars and shit? And like, I mean, you're always going to see a U. When you see these code lines, they're always going to run through one of these U towers. It happens every single fucking time. Like if you start making cuts in nebulas, or you start cutting out images and trees and foliage and cloud pictures and all types of stuff, at some point in time you're going to run into this equation where it's code line, U, fucking U thing, U tower. See, I tried getting deeper into this. Like, I like these frozen lake ones. these images right here that have like this little window in there, and I like to try to, I don't know, go deeper into this window to see ultimately what's in there. I'm not sure if these are pre-planned. I mean, like, nebulas are a huge deal. They're actually like kind of like prized possessions of the Homo sapien race when you actually think about it. The fact that we as a species have pictures of faraway nebulas and stuff, that's huge. And so because of that, and because of, you know, they're really, really shiny and shit, friggin', you know, you look at them and you're just like, oh man, this has to mean something. Well, I'll speak for myself. I'm not sure what the hell you think, fucking. But you know, I'll be going through all these images and trying to get deeper into this window and shit. And then, hey, sorry for the language too. I just wing it. But yeah, you know, I go deeper and deeper into these images, and I come to a point in time where it's just like, yeah, I wonder if there's a message in here. I wonder if this means something if you keep going deeper and deeper into these images, because this is like a still shot, and they probably knew that a large amount of people were going to be centered upon seeing this image and stuff like that. So, I mean, or it could just be random, whereas, you know, just like the trees and all the other places where you see the graphics, pretty much any single place that there's a physical surface, could just be like a random burn. I'm not sure if all that's random, but the surface area that it covers is so vast that like it's almost unimaginable that the someone could pre-plan that. There's a guy chilling right in here. There's his head. There's his body, there's his little head. But like, his body actually is a face. There's a nose, sucks. There's an eye right there, nose going this way. Oh, shit, it's too small. Got a beard right there. He's looking this way. See, I mean, the complexity is so ridiculous. That, like, here's this guy. He's a very solid, not a transparent or a misty or, you know, there's like a face right here. It's really misty. There's an eye right there. Eye right there. Nose. Mouth. He's really translucent. The guy chilling. He's incredibly solid. He's right there. But like, see how solid he is? There's his little head right there. That actually becomes just the end of the beard. So that face that was just chilling actually is the mouth and part of the coloration for the beard. It's amazing how much symmetry goes into all this. Like, you know, it's every single image is built upon each other. It's like a big card castle. It all just melts into each other, or folds into each other, or plays off each other. It's ridiculous. It's actually it's pretty remarkable when you actually start digging deep into this stuff. The fact that they could put that many images and have them all connect together. Such a symmetry, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna go to a slideshow. See, but this nebula right here, though, I mean, you gotta kind of like dig around to see the faces and all that stuff in there. But I mean, they're like that guy right there, just chilling. Oh, jeez, just no. Oh, fuck it, whatever. That guy just chilling in there, friggin' you know, that's a solid image right in there. But at least this is kind of hidden now, you know. It's like, oh, you got stars and shit over here. This one's shiny, fucking. But like, you know, some of the other nebulas are just like, just straight up graphic design. There's like there's a star there maybe, and a star there, and then like the rest of this shit is just a bunch of alien stuff. It's like, what the fuck? And this one's not too bad though. This one has a lot of stars and stuff. That's the image right there of it's just the image that I seen on Mars. That was kind of interesting. I'll get to that last probably. I might get to it another one, but you know, there's the face right here from the temple. That's a very amphibian looking like face. I mean, it kind of does a little bit resemble the one face in that Indian cave, but it's more really like I don't know. It's not really a classification that I actually recognize, but really the thing that stands out is that cut right there. The fact that the face is cut like this. I mean, it might not have anything to do. They might not have anything to do with each other, but I thought that was kind of weird. Here's Tarantula Nebula. Tarantula Nebula is the best. The Tarantula Nebula is guilty too. I mean, it looks like it has a bunch of organic stuff. I mean, this looks awful. Love this face right here. Eye, nose, mouth. It's kind of more like a hood. There's obviously the lion. Up here, there's like a cybernetic eye there, and eye there. It's kind of like a little bit like an alien face. Like when I was first doing This one, it was kind of like this thing was like branching out and creating these 3 branches and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's, you know, your interpretations are you know, they're subject to whatever it is that you know, and also your manifestations and all that stuff. But I mean, that's kind of how it looked up. I'm not sure if this one's ever gonna come in clear. Screw it. Just gonna let that run for a little while. I hate how I made that cut on that mouth right there, or how I put the bar over this. I use a software called Paint. Just Paint. No fancy shit. No Paint V4 dot. Just fucking Paint. There's an undo button, but it only goes back like 4 turns or some shit. This bar right there. I just redo it. I mean, I guess I probably could do that, but like a galactic king, if you will. His face, he's got this crown. He's like a bearded dwarf person. They're monitoring this very shiny area. Right here, he's got like a mouse. It's actually some type of like center ball there. It kind of has like this wheel effect going on. But like I always envisioned it, like he's this king. He's got his hand on this mouse or whatever. It's data, and they're looking at whatever the hell they're activating or doing, this action or whatever. Some of these ones are just garbage, or just lines. Like, I'm not really a natural artist. I'm sure once people recognize that they can make cuts into these images, and someone who has natural artistic talent could probably rip the shit out of these things. Right there's a bird. You see birds all the time. His wing right there. There's his head. Another wing. The tail. Code line going there. I mean, if you want to point to code lines, there's code lines everywhere. Code line going this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Boom, boom, boom. Got one going like that. And the code lines are it's just nothing but code lines. You see birds all the time. You see birds, you see dragons. You see dragons all the time. Dragons are like, sometimes it's like crazy. It's like, wow, that's a cool looking dragon, and sometimes like, oh, shit, that fucking dragon is fucking looking at me. And then, you know, I come from a Christian background where dragons are kind of like, dragons are not good. So it's weird when you actually look into some of these graphics and you see all these dragons and shit. You see dragons, birds, lions, fish, horses, the goose. See pigs. Pigs are weird. Like right here, see this dot right there and this dot right there? That's actually a pig's snout. You actually back up the image. There's his eye right there. That's his left eye. There's his right eye. It's a huge kind of like pig guy thing. So I'm not sure. Like, you know, like I always think like, you know, because this guy is being pig. This guy is pig. Not like you see an image of a pig, and that's a creature, and that guy is pig. So I don't know, men are pigs or something like with pigs, but it's not like the bird. The bird was just a bird flying around. A person is not that bird, you know. You got birds, horses. Horses are just horses. You know, I mean, like with that example with this guy being pig. Nobody's really a horse. Horse is like a wild animal, like the bird example. Yeah, I think I nailed it with the guy is pig. I mean, you have to back up like 10 feet from your monitor or 5 feet from your monitor, and sometimes that, because of the dimensions that you're viewing the image, sometimes this image pops better. See the pig snout, and you can see the eye right there, and you see pig snouts all the time. I mean, I do see some personification within dragons. I'm not sure if the person is being the dragon, or if the dragon just has more personification and more personality. This right here is a person being pig. With the bird example, what bird is that? You know, in the previous nebula, I mean, I think it's all a tarantula nebula, but the previous slide, what that one bird image. What bird is that? Is it a cardinal? Is it a robin? Is it a falcon? Is it an eagle? You have no clue. It's just it's just bird. That bird is just an animal. It's just a creature. There's no actual specifics to that. Nobody is that bird. Within this example right here, you can see. I think I pointed out in another documentation, whereas there's a bird right there in the middle, and that bird is actually the orb. So I mean that. I would probably bet that has some type of connection with the holographic birds that, you know, you see a lot of kids talk about on YouTube and stuff. It's actually a bird right here, and that's actually an orb right here in the middle, where that bird technically is the orb, or whatever the data is that they're all this chaotic energy stuff is being transferred to and siphoned out of, or whatever ultimately is happening within this transaction. But the bird is always a bird. That goose is always that specific goose or swan, whatever it is. See, it's right over here. Here's the beak. There's the head. That thing is always that specific bird. This bird, who knows what type of bird that is. The previous bird, who knows. It's just bird being bird. This right here it has to be some type of division or something, because it's always this. It's more like a symbol, you know, some type of something within their culture, or something of importance. So you see the bird as an animal. That goose is probably some type of symbol. Goose or swan, whatever the fuck bird it is. Pig. I do have a depiction, again, later on, of like a fish pig or whatever the fuck it is, but I still think it's a person being that pig, though it's not just a pig that you see in a farm. It's not an animal. Fish. Fish are more symbols too. Lion. It's not really a personification, it's more like a symbol too, I would imagine. I don't really see someone being lion. I see a lion as a symbol. Horse. I think I went over where nobody is that animal. Horse is just a horse. This right here could just be a code line. Yeah, and I say that because of the fact that it's cut. I cut this thing wrong. It's actually a man right there. There's his eye right there. There's his nose. There's his mouth right there, and there's his beard. I cut it like it was like a dragon or some type of weird alien type creature, but that's wrong. Yeah, it's cut. You know, this is like one of those film strips. So I always just lump everything together. If you see a line of things kind of like making something, it's usually a code line. And the code line is the chains that bind. That also are the film strips. Film strips go with cut. Face cut. I mean, that's how I cut it, but you still see this all the time. You kind of see it in like the film strip form, whereas it's same concept with the chains. got it. You got one there, and then there's a cut. There's the next link. Cut. There's the next link. Cut. Next link. Cut. Like you see this pattern all the time. I'd say birds probably the most common animal or creature that you'd see. You see birds all the time. You see all types of weird stuff in there too, though. You know, you dig in deep within these images, and you start to get to like a Matrix type world where you do start to see this crazy machinery, this futuristic biological crazy tech that's just ridiculous. Once your imagination starts going and start digging deep into these images, this right here is kind of interesting. See this right here? Like, this is what I'm saying, like when you go on these adventures through nebulas, like if you just look at the image and you've seen all this stuff, like usually when I first view the image, I see it as this big eye, nose, mouth kind of dwarf, like looking down. And like, I mean, I see this ship all the time, but that's technically his arm. He's looking at his hand. You know, like I hit it that this right here is like some kind of information or code, and they're running it through this very bright thing, and then I don't know, processing the energy or some shit like that. But you know, if you just stick at the main image, it's this big guy right here. But if you dig deeper, you know, like the little adventure, there's like a door there, it goes to like a hallway. Like, see how that's like a hallway? It's got like this very mechanical tech flooring that goes down there. Like, what the hell is back there? What is in there? Like, that's kind of like the adventure that I go on. These things when you start to pick things out from little details, like, what the hell is down that hallway? You know, clearly see the door right there, and then kind of goes into that way. Go to all different types of places when you're cutting these images. Sometimes you gotta let your imagination just go with it, just run with it. See right there, this image, if you actually back up, it's a big pig warthog. You always see pig snouts. If you see one clear dot in there, I mean, I put the dots on there, but the dots were pretty much there anyways. If you see like these dots, like a dot, there's always going to be a dot next to it. I mean, it's kind of tough when this whole entire thing could be perceived as dots. But the pig snout is a huge thing that you see in all these images. You see pig snout all the time. Yeah, I kept seeing that pattern over and over again within that image, pointing. Someone's pushing a button at a console or something. See that this pattern right here? I I end up calling them ridgebacks, because you see this pattern all the time. Anywhere you look where there's the graphics, you're gonna see this ridgeback formation. It's like, you know, like, see how this thing pops off the nebula? If you put the lines in the right places, you end up making the image kind of three-dimensional. And you know, if you go, you know, layer by layer, layer, by the time you get to the back, you start noticing, like, it gets triangular. I mean, you could probably notice the triangles down here too, but somehow, it could be to that one image that was, I mean, it could be something different, but that one image of the clouds, where the clouds were breaking, or is boom, 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 or that's a terrible heart monitor, boom, 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 you know, see how it's got that angle right there. That was on a previous documentation. That could be something connected to this. It looks like a cornucopia, or I don't know. It's a triangle, and it ends up making this like ridge back. See that pattern all the time. I like this image down here. This guy has a face, eye, nose. There's his beard. He's got this kind of like claw arm. He's clawing into these O's and stuff. The way I interpret it is he was clawing through an O field. It's probably just me getting crazy with my imagination and just going into the picture, and then, you know, it's kind of like more like a mythology or more like a fable or whatever it is. But it was a guy with a claw arm. He was clawing through the O fields. Everything, all knowledge, or all that is O's. He was clawing through it, and then he was gonna, I think the whole picture was trying to process O's, and then from processing O's, hopefully they get C's and A's. I'm not actually sure the exact place of how I got there, but ultimately I just linked this claw hammer guy down here, clawing through here, these O fields. That you can see like this doll right in here to this like person. Maybe he was clawing for the person, I'm not actually sure. But I mean, this huge depiction right here. There's the eye, nose, mouth, and he's looking at his hand. And this is the ship, or it's his arm, or if you morph it, it's a string of code, and it's all being processed into where this bird orb is. And hopefully these O's are processed and they get C's and A's or something. I don't know. That's how I interpret it when I was in my own little world, when I was cutting these images. Like digging through O's, mining O's. I don't know. This image right here was you know, like the rabbit ears that you used to have on your old TVs to try to get the reception. I just like this image, how it, you know, I kind of perceive it as a person, eye, nose. There's like his brain. He's trying to get the reception into these images to see ultimately what's happening within that space. Looks like an alien life form. I can pretty much say that though, regardless. Like, I could just zoom it, like, no, that's an alien, you know, and there's a 100% chance there's gonna be an alien within that. But there is an alien in there, kind of like more of a main image. Whereas, like, there's the neck, and then there's the face right there. It's more like an alien, looking like alien, not a humanish looking alien. Yeah, see, like, he's trying to get the reception to read this book. Alright, so here's Tarantula Nebula, and then there's this triangle there. And that's not perfectly on, but you're gonna end up seeing this pattern all the time, where it's all just a bunch of cuts, triangles on top of triangles on top of triangles. I have no idea what that is, if it connects to the Doom Doom cut that was in the clouds, and that one picture from the I think it was The Skies of Texas YouTube video, but that's, you see it all the time. Alright, I'm gonna cut there. Thank you.